Hello everyone, welcome back to your favorite channel, Guru's Lecture. So in the last lecture we have studied the difference between the mass and a weight, and then we have studied about the free fall. Do learn the equations of the kinematical equations. Now let's study the next point, that is gravitational energy, that Earth's gravitational energy, and actually we are going to study about the potential energy here. So Earth's gravitational potential energy. But before studying the potential energy, we should know what is kinetic and potential energy, because that is the second chapter of your 9th standard. In the 9th standard you have studied that when body is in the motion, it possesses some kinetic energy, and that is given by the formula 1 upon 2 mv square. And also if a body is configured or it has some position above the earth surface, then it has a potential energy which is given by mgh, where m stands for mass in the both cases, v stands for velocity. Here g is acceleration due to gravity and h is the height. So almostly in the 9th standard also you were very fond of, or you are well known to the acceleration due to gravity, and in the 10th standard you are actually studied what is acceleration due to gravity and how it is being calculated and how it is changes from place to place. So that was a big thing. Now we are going to study about the gravitational potential energy. For the earth, the gravitational potential energy is what? Now I am in the gravitational zone, I am in the gravitational here. But what happens if I move away from the earth? If I move away from the earth, then by this expression, that is potential energy is mgh, my height is going to change. If height is getting increased, but at the same point, at some height, the value of acceleration g, that is acceleration due to gravity, is going to reduce. So if you reach to some infinite height, the acceleration due to gravity will be 0. And if that acceleration due to gravity is 0, the potential energy will definitely be the 0. So that means there is some limit, means at infinite distance the value is 0. So the distance just before the infinite distance is taken to be negative. So that's why the potential energy of the earth can be given by minus gmm upon r plus h, where the negative sign indicates that this energy is negative in the way that it is opposite. This capital M stands for the mass of the earth, small m is for the mass of the body. The r plus h, this h is for what? When you are having at some height. If you are at the ground surface, then we can neglect this h and only write the r. So this is your gravitational potential energy at height h. So note down that formula because it will be very needed in the next derivation. And so the last point of this chapter will be the escape velocity. Note it down first. The escape velocity term itself has a meaning that you have to escape from something. So in this chapter we have been very bound by the gravitational force, and this escape velocity is the velocity needed to get out of this gravitational pull or gravitational force. So the velocity which needed to get out of this gravitational force is called as the escape velocity. And how we have got that this should be the escape velocity? Let's consider the third kinematical equation, v square is equals to u square plus 2as. Now let us consider the body is moving upward. That means you are moving in that way, and at some point you are getting stopped. That you are moving in the infinite distance. That is, you are moving away from the earth. So that means the final velocity is going to be 0. And whatever the height you get, that is the distance of the body, and here the acceleration due to gravity will be negative because you are moving in the opposite direction than the gravity. So by putting this all values together into this equation, what I get, that this 0 is equal to u square plus this 2, this a will be replaced by minus g and s replaced by h. This minus plus becomes the minus, so u square minus 2gh, and from this equation what I get, that 2gh is equal to u square, and again what I get to know, that this initial speed is important here, that height u square upon 2g. Means if you want to move to the infinite height, what is important, that you should increase the velocity, and as you reach to some height, the acceleration due to gravity will be decreased. So what is important, that you must have that maximum velocity, or I can say the minimum velocity, that you can cross the barrier of this gravitational pull and will move to the infinite height. If you want to go to the more height, then your velocity should be greater, and that velocity with which you can just go out that boundary or go out the barrier of the gravitation, that is called as the escape velocity. So write down the definition of the escape velocity. The minimum velocity with which object should project, that it would free from Earth's gravitational pull is known as escape velocity. It is given by symbol VE. The E stands for escape. So this is the definition of escape velocity, that the minimum velocity with which an object should project, that it would free from Earth's gravitational pull, and is known as escape velocity. So note it down. For the derivation of this escape velocity, we have to consider too many things. That in the 9th standard you have studied the law of conservation of energy. I have to use the same law here. By law of conservation of energy. What does this law says? That energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can change from one form to another form. Or I can say, if the body is right now here having some kinetic and potential energy, and if it move toward this point, its height getting changed, so potential energy increase, and that means its kinetic energy is going to decrease. So what I get, at this both point, the total energy of the body, that is the potential and kinetic energy, will be same at the both the point. Means potential and kinetic energy independently are being changing, but the sum of the energies are remaining the constant at every position of the particle, and that is what the conservation of energy. So by applying the same law here in the 10th standard, I can write the total energy. Total energy is nothing but the sum of the kinetic and the potential energy. The total energy of the object on the surface of the earth should be equal to the total energy of the object at some infinite distance. Okay, so total energy is what? This is the kinetic energy on the surface of the earth plus potential energy, and that potential energy is not of the object but should be the potential energy of the earth. So potential energy on the surface should be equal to total energy, so kinetic energy and potential energy at some infinite distance. I will put the I instead of writing the whole infinite word. So what I get, kinetic energy at every surface can be given by 1 upon 2 mv square plus this potential energy of the surface can be written as minus gmm upon, for some height above the surface I can write r plus h, and for the body on the surface I will write r only. So here I am writing r plus h for the only mean that I am at some height. Let's have the r only, not getting confusing you. But if anywhere, if I want to move to the some height, then just replace it with the r plus h. So the kinetic energy of the body at the infinite, see, when you are at the infinite place, your speed will be equal to 0. So at the infinite, there will be no pull of gravitation, so that means you are just stationary at that point. And when you are stationary, your speed will be 0. So this whole term is getting 0. At the same way, the gravitational pull at that infinite point will be having an infinite distance, r plus h. So if you are having that infinite distance, the whole term divided by some infinite point will be equal to 0. So the both terms are being the 0. So I will equate this 1 upon 2 mv square minus gmm upon r is equal to 0. Now this negative term will be moving in that way, being a positive one. 1 upon 2 mv square is equal to gmm upon r. Now see here, this velocity which the body is having, I can say this velocity is nothing but the velocity required to move to the infinite point. And for the infinite point, I required the escape velocity first to move out of the barrier of the gravitational pull. So instead of writing this v, I can just convert this v into a escape velocity. So by replacing the v with ve, what I get, the both small m are similar on the both sides, so I just cancel it out and both are on the numerator. So this 2 in the denominator will move to the numerator on that way. What I get, ve square is equal to gm upon r, this 2 gm upon r. So the square becomes the square root there, so ve is equal to under root of 2 gm upon r. So this is the escape velocity of the body when the body is at the surface, and for escape velocity at some height I can replace at v is equal to under root of 2 gm divided by r plus h at height h. So in the before way I have the equation number 4 and the 5 there. I will write this equation to be equation number 6. So note it down because I have to get the more equation here. This equation is in the terms of capital G and capital M. The next equation I am getting in the term of small g, that is acceleration due to gravity. Let's see that. So I have small g is equals to capital Gm upon r square. So instead of capital Gm, I can write gr square. Equation number 6. What I get? देखो ये Gm के बजाय gr square लिखना है यहाँ पे. What I get? Escape velocity is equal to under root of 2. Instead of gm, I am going to write gr square divided by that r. So r is going to cancel the each term. So escape velocity will be equal to under root of 2 gr. Now this expression is in the terms of small g, that is acceleration due to gravity. So this is the change between the escape velocity, which is in the terms of universal gravitational constant, and that escape velocity expression is in the terms of acceleration due to gravity. And this is how we have already completed the gravitational chapter, which is the first chapter of your science part 1 of the 10th standard. if you have any doubts here, you can contact me on our channel in the comment section, or you can just have my WhatsApp number there. And also I'm very pleased to tell you that in the next lecture I'm going to have you a good formula book and some recitation on that, and after that we are going to see the numericals which are unsolved into your textbook. So be there and have a look on the lectures. Thank you.